And is that Dennis Charlotte down there? That is Dennis Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, all the confusion. Then we go to Phil Lovett. Number 28, David Hall from Te Awamutu in Auckland. And then it looks to me like the German man, and it is Steve... Oh, what's his name? I was just looking at him on Facebook because he can't... Off the top of my head, Steve Mazzera. Steve Mazzera there. By Reese Holmes, number 15 John Oliver, K, Sophie Lovett. Let's see how we're getting the lights, come on. Nick Cole is the pole position man, he's on the pole position at the moment. There we go, we've got a good clean start from everybody. Superbike action, Formula 1, here we go. Into the first corner, and everything's nice and tidy. We've got a few red lights going on there because it has been, I'm pretty sure it's been declared a wet race. A wet race means you've got to run red lights, and also you've got to be, if it gets wet during the race, they won't call the race off. It's up to you what tyres you're on. I would say 100% of these people would all be on slicks at the moment. The track is a bit damp, but definitely better conditions on slicks. Maybe some intermediates out there, but I wouldn't say anybody's out there on wet. Look at it, look, Nick Cole comes out. He's got a good break there. The Red Devil Racing man from Hamilton's got about 100 metres over there as he comes into the hairpin first. Had a what I would say a dirty qualifying session. I watched him coming out of that
Scotty Moyer in second.
Scotty Moyer in second, yeah. Had a dirty qualifying session, made many mistakes in it, but he's still qualified on pole. He's now settled down, and he's got 150, 200 metres there. The Red Devil Racing electric spider sponsored machine coming out there. They go out of sight. Let's have a look further down the line. Scotty Moyer on the GSXR 1000 in second spot. Didn't quite catch. Wow, superbike action. Formula 1. It's James Smith. That's James Smith there in third place, I think, is it? No, it's David Hall. Wow, David Hall, 58 on the X-Ray Clee bike. Sorry, David. It's David Hall. He's changed his leathers on the last couple of majors, and he's there in second place. He's hunting down second place of Scotty Moyer. Meanwhile, it's the Red Devil Racing machine out there in the front, the Kawasaki ZX-10. Nick Cole's had a big win here in the Hampton Downs round of the New Zealand Superbike. Unfortunately crashed in the second one.
Sophie back in on her Z, so our lady Sophie Lovett, the rain specialist, but not happy with things, and she's come in on that beautiful brand new Kawasaki ZX-10R, so a disappointment for Sophie on the held helmets. Roncini Leathers Shark helmets bike, so bad luck there. Sophie out of the race.
Okay, there was Nick Cole's the fastest man on the track. He's a full 2 seconds quicker, a 1:11.605. Scotty Moyer in second, David Hall, followed by James Smith on the old 2008 Honda. Lyndon McGee, letter M in fifth, Ray Clee, followed by Sloane Frost, Hayden Fitzgerald, Tony Rees, and Job Hooben in 10th spot. Uncharacteristically in 11th is Craig Shuris, followed by Phil Lovett, John Oliver, Steve Mazzera, Reese Holmes, and Dwayne Bishop. So Nick Cole out in the front. Let's look back on the track there. Plenty of action. Looks like good fight on there for second place as well. I don't know that Scotty Moyer's going to be hold on to this too long in the wet. In fact, Scotty Moyer placed by a substantial thing. David Hall, recently changed from the GSXR 600, had a spectacular win here in the 600 class in very wet conditions at the New Zealand Superbike Championships in Hampton Downs, and he's a man that's been around classic bikes, worked for Ken McIntosh in Auckland, so gets to ride all sorts of good classic bikes, and he's got a good solid second space. He's getting away from it. Dice coming on, Dennis Charlotte's coming through. Now watch Dennis Charlotte back it into this dipper, into the barrel 51 roll we used to call it. Dennis Charlotte's up there in third place. Scotty Moyer's gone back to fourth. There's the Fujitsu air conditioning sponsored machine of Sloane Frost in sixth place, and then we go in behind him, and it will be Ray Clee there on bike number 36. Superbike action, 12-lap race. Cole comes flying over the hill. He must have probably 10, even 15 seconds in the lead. He'll know. I don't see any pit boards out for anyone. In fact, there's one pit board there along the whole pit lane. 1, 2. So he's got country mile stuff there. Dennis Charlotte's got through and reeling in David Hall, so David Hall, he'll just have to keep his head down and keep on plodding away. There goes Hayden Fitzgerald on the number 9 bike, Tony Rees, followed by Craig Shuris, Ray Clee, and I think that's John Hooben, and there's Lyndon McGee, the nephew of Kevin McGee, the former Grand Prix rider from Australia, having a good solid run on the M1 Motorsport BMW S1000R. Cole comes out of the hairpin and dives into that dipper. Had a terrible qualifying session in terms of all over the track, but he seems to have got everything. All the ducks are lined up and showing us how it's done. This is a great moment for Kawasaki, and there we go. Dennis Charlotte is diving in, trying to get under David Hall as they're coming out there, but remember, it is a 12-lap race. We're only about 3 laps. and he's got plenty of time to get through. He'll see he can't get anywhere near the leader, so he's just got to reel it off. The bright orange leathers of Sloane Frost here in 4th place, good solid showing. No one's able to touch him at the moment. There's probably 200-300 metres down to 5th place here at Hampton Downs for the first round of the Suzuki Series. There we go, David Hall comes flying across in 2nd place. There's probably 30 bike lengths in the underground brown Suzuki machine of Dennis Charlotte. Sloane Frost might start to close in on this game as well. We'll just go back to the timing thing, and in fact Dennis Charlotte is the fastest man on the track with a 1:07.509. That's it. Nick Cole's in the 1:07s, David Hall's in the 8s, so I certainly see Dennis Charlotte hunt David Hall. To be a very good solid chance of a podium for David Hall, a young, not even 21, I think he turns 21 about this time of the year, so plenty of action. Superbikes, Formula 1, there we go. Nick Cole's checked out, but we've got the dice here for second. Dennis Charlotte's coming up on the inside. Watch him back it in there. Wow, what a clean move. Dave had no answer for that whatsoever. And now David's going to get some pressure from the Fujitsu flying Suzuki GSX-R 1000, sponsored by TSS Red Baron and Lower Hutt, and that is Sloane Frost. I know his wife will be watching at home. She'll be sitting at home watching this on CTS live timing, and Lexi Frost and also son Nixon will be sitting there and they'll be going, go daddy go, but there's plenty of action here.
Well, here we go now. Phil Lovett just coming into the pits as well, so bad luck to Phil. Presumably something up with tyre choice or the light conditions have improved, and it looks as if we've picked up all our riders on but having been declared wet. Interestingly, that Dennis Charlotte on the last lap was the fastest. Now it's Sloane Frost. So Choppers, we've known him for so long, since his early days out of Northland as a young motocross star. We've had Chopper on our results radar, and what a success he's made in the world of Suzuki Choice of Champions F1 Superbikes. Interestingly, Spider, our F1 time round here, Robbie Bugden at a 1:03, and these guys doing about 1:08s, 1:07, so really feeling the effects of that wet track, but there's no reason why it can't get better as the day gone on. Great little battles being fought out here, but I'll tell you what, Dennis Charlotte opening out that buffer at the moment for that second place, but Nick Cole, what an outstanding effort, ladies and gentlemen, for Team Red Devil Racing, Kawasaki, Cycle Talk, Locomotion, Electric Spider, thank you Spider, to Metzler, Just Fairings, Bike Trans, Auckland Steel Blasters, BRM, Motul, F1 Engineering, Doug Corns Photography and NZ Moto, so a lot of good sponsors behind Nick as well. Back to Dennis Charlotte, then to Chopper Frost as we look out for David Hall, remembering this. Of course, I got a lot of credit last year and was named Rider of the Series last year for his improving effort, and to see just how well he's gone in the conditions. We saw the best of him in the wet, and looking for that tight change coming up there, and that run for second, but it is Nick Cole that's spotted. Those guys are fighting for the minor money. So interestingly, the Kawasaki in the lead, and then the 3 Suzukis. The 3 Suzukis on board. The Fujitsu Suzuki up there at the moment, looking to try and put the attack in on Dennis Charlotte. We go round to 1 lap less now. White Rider right on the corner at the moment. So Dennis Charlotte, then go to Chopper Frost, then back to David Hall. David Hall, he's got the best seat in the house to watch a fantastic race. Look at the lapper. Dennis Charlotte on the outside, Chopper Frost on the inside, squeezing him in there like a salami in a sandwich. So great fights to go through for that run now, and the 2nd, 3rd and 4th place, but it's the Nick Cole show. Remembering 12 laps as well, folks, 12 laps. So it's a real race duration here on the Kawasaki supported Red Devil Racing, Cycle Talk, Locomotion, Electric Spider, a ZX, a 10R. Good work in here. Now as we go to Dennis Charlotte, Sloane Frost and David Hall. What an outstanding contribution from David here at the moment. He's the number 28 in your program on the Bridgestone supported Suzuki GSX-R 1000. This is why people selected him. Spider is an up and coming talent, because we are seeing David Hall here at his brilliant best. He's keeping the company of New Zealand's top road racers out there. Well done.
And he's doing moments as well. I got something, I don't know, something's going on with this timing. We've got Dennis Charlotte as 5:83, the quickest man on the track at the moment, but he's in the 1:06s. Nick Cole's in the 7s. Quicker than him at the moment is Sloane Frost on the 1:06.1s, and there's only 2 bike lengths in it as they come out of the dipper there. It is still Nick Cole way off into the front with Dennis Charlotte in second, but the bright orange leathers are hunting down Dennis. They go round the Toyo corner. There'll be 2 bike lengths. There's nothing in difference in speed. They're built by different people, these bikes, but there's absolutely nothing. Here we go. The Red Devil Racing bike comes across the start-finish line. Number 5 in the New Zealand Superbike Champions. Here's the 2nd place. Side by side, they go across there. I couldn't even predict who's who there, and it is Sloane Frost on the outside. Charlotte's going up there on Charlotte. No, I don't even know who's got it. I can't even tell now, I'm sorry.
That's an F1 lap record for Dennis Charlotte. That's the lap record. He's overtaken Robbie Bugden's record by 0.3 of a second, 103.5 versus Robbie Bugden 103.8. So a lap record set right at this event 2 years ago. You remember that day 2 years ago, Spider, was a warm and scorcher. To think these guys have gone out on what was a very damp track. It's a lot dry now, but a lap record has already been set here today. That is outstanding. Dennis Charlotte to do that. Well done.
Yeah, and he's fighting off Sloane Frost. Sloane got right up there, was side by side, but now he's got a break of about, maybe 15 metres, about 8 bike lengths as they're coming out of the dipper and starting to come lap traffic and starting to move through lap traffic. Dennis Charlotte's still the quickest man on the track. Now, there's something going on with the timing here because he's listed as a 1:27, so we'll ignore that, but it is Cole, Charlotte, Frost, David Hall. Craig Schuss has come up from about 11th, and he's now into 5th spot, so there we go. Nick Cole goes through there. We're looking out for second place, and not much it is, about 12, well, not even that. Sloane Frost going on the outside. He knows there's some lappers coming across. Sloane Frost goes right on the outside, but they're side by side coming out of there. Dennis Charlotte got to the edge there, a bike length in it, but now the lappers will play a big part. It looks like they've got through cleanly on him.
Well, loving this show here at the moment. Nick Cole out in front with the best fight going on in that fight for second place. Nick has bolted. Nick has absolutely bolted. He's not doing the fastest times, but it doesn't matter. He's got a nice advantage. He comes out of what we used to call Austin's, although that sign has now been painted over. He's up on the inside of another lapper, fires his way down into the barrel roll. The other boys are coming at him, and there's Dennis Charlotte's favourite line on the inside. Almost backs it in the corner. He's learned from the Motard boys, and how quick he is out of it. And every time that Chopper Frost tries to get an advantage from it, he can't do so. Chopper, of course, the nickname. A lot of people in road racing now don't call him Chopper. Oh, there it is. Look, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Chopper to do it. Chopper's got the advantage. Chopper Frost, ladies and gentlemen, the Fujitsu Suzuki has now gone into the next place. So there we go. And here we are with somebody who have slowed up and slowing up and not actually coming into the pits. Here we go. Going to take themselves right off that area, and certainly I think they want to get themselves off the track, but they weren't in a position to get themselves off the track in time for the pit extra, so they've done the right thing and they pulled right over there at the finish line, and they can quickly push it off the gate. Good thinking from that rider to make sure he gets out of the way quickly enough, but couldn't have got into the pit chute. He was far too fast at the point when he had his brake problem. Nice to see some intelligence riding, and congratulations to that rider. But what a race on our hands. The Nick Cole show. Here he is down into the corkscrew. Nick to lead them back then to Chopper. There's the Dennis Charlotte special on the inside. Oh, almost a collision point. Almost a collision point. Dennis Charlotte, the best rider I've ever seen, into the corkscrew here at Hampton Downs. Down the Middleman straight he goes, and into Toyo tyres once again. Remembering 12 laps, folks, 12 laps. So it is a race duration at the moment, and this, by the way, is lap number 10. Lap number 10, so they'll get the white flag this time. The white flag should come out of its little pedestal. Watch for that flag. Yes, there it goes. White flag. Nick Cole. And here we go now with the run. Now look for Charlotte. Charlotte on the inside. Dennis Charlotte must surely have it back again. Oh, Charlotte on the inside. Can he hold it there? Side by side. Charlotte on the inside. Then go to Chopper Frost on the outside. No Frost advantage. He still had the speed, had the momentum coming up on the lapper. Inside. Well done. It's the well, really, in fact, Spider, probably this is where Nick Cole, he's missing out on the best race. He made all of that ground up in the early stages. Super intelligence that he's had the forethought to hold it. As time's gone by, I felt Nick might have even tried to go harder and faster. Doesn't need to. Hopefully the pit board's telling him the story. Don't worry, mate. You're there. You're assured of a victory from where you are and how you are. But there we are. Oh, yes, Charlotte on the inside. Charlotte to our muscle.
Chopper made a mistake there. He'd come in and got a bit of a tail happy, so he just had to button off a little bit, and Charlotte took advantage. And that's the white flag is out. We're waiting for Nick Cole on the Dunlop tyres, Red Devil Racing, Kawasaki ZX10. The whole family's in the pits there watching. There's Mum Rosanna, Dad Graham, wife Rachel, daughters Chloe and Kyla. Here we go, Nick Cole, go man, go! And second place it is Dennis Charlotte by a bike and a half over and above Sloane Frost, and what a fight all the way through there. Here we go, and then David Hall, what a magic fourth spot there. Steve Mazzeri goes through. He's a lapper, and that looks like James Smith and the big H, letter H. I can't remember who H was. Douglas Hall from Australia on the SP1. Oh, mate, there goes Lyndon McGee on the M1 Motorsports. Grease Holmes goes through. Ray Clee, I think that was Ray Clee. We had one of those two GSX-R 1000s retire along the front straight, did the right thing, got real slow and just pulled right off there. That's what everyone has to do. None of this touring back to the pit, so superbike action. That's only the first round of the series, and for a lot of people, including myself, this sets the scene for the New Zealand Superbike Championship starting in Ruapuna on the first weekend of January. Then we go down to Timaru and a couple of rounds later on in the North Island. We'll talk about that later. So Nick Cole is here and he's showing us all how it's done. Dennis Charlotte, lap record holder. Sloane Frost has been done more racing than most of these people almost put together here in Australia this year. Raced the BMW S1000R in New Zealand, then had another bike over in Australia, got the Suzuki ride, decided not to touch that until a couple of weeks ago, and he's put his magic on. He was here last weekend practicing on his bike. He said he couldn't get feel with the front end.